The sky over New York City turned an eerie shade of purple. Massive alien ships hovered above, their sleek forms blocking out the sun. This scene repeated across every major city on Earth. Humans looked up in awe and fear, wondering what would happen next. In the United Nations building, world leaders gathered for an emergency meeting. The room buzzed with nervous energy as they waited for news from the alien visitors. Suddenly, all screens lit up with the face of an alien being. It had blue skin, large eyes, and no hair. "People of Earth," the alien spoke in perfect English. "I am High Commander Zax of the Galactic Empire. We have come to offer you a place in our Federation. Join us, and you will have access to advanced technology and protection. Refuse, and face the consequences. You have 48 hours to decide." The transmission ended, leaving the room in shocked silence. Then, chaos erupted. Leaders argued loudly, their voices echoing off the walls. Some wanted to join the Empire, believing it was their only chance for survival. Others refused, unwilling to give up Earth's independence. President Sarah Chen of the United States stood up, her voice cutting through the noise. "We need to calm down and think this through," she said. "This decision will affect the future of our entire planet." As the arguments continued, a young diplomat named Alex Raman sat quietly in the corner. His mind raced with ideas. At 28, he was the youngest person in the room, often overlooked by the older politicians. But now, a bold plan was forming in his head. Alex raised his hand, trying to get attention. No one noticed at first. He stood up and cleared his throat loudly. "Excuse me," he said, his voice shaking slightly. "I have an idea." The room fell silent as all eyes turned to Alex. He took a deep breath and began to speak. "What if we don't give them an answer at all?" he suggested. "What if we use this time to prepare our defenses instead?" Murmurs filled the room. President Chen leaned forward, interested. "Go on, Mr. Raman," she encouraged. Alex's confidence grew. "We have some of the brightest minds on this planet. If we pool our resources and work together, we might be able to create a defense system that could protect us from the Empire." General Maria Lopes of the Global Defense Force spoke up. "It's a long shot, but it might be our only option. We have some experimental technology that could be useful." Dr. Yuki Tanaka, a renowned physicist, nodded in agreement. "My team has been working on an energy field that could, in theory, surround the entire planet. With more funding and support, we might be able to make it a reality." The mood in the room shifted from despair to cautious hope. Leaders who had been arguing moments ago now turned to each other with newfound purpose. President Chen stood up, her eyes shining with determination. "Mr. Raman, your idea might just save our planet. I propose we put all our efforts into this defense system. We'll call it Operation Celestial Shield." The vote was unanimous. Earth would not surrender to the Galactic Empire. Instead, they would fight back in their own way. As the meeting ended, Alex found himself surrounded by world leaders, all wanting to shake his hand and hear more about his plan. He felt a mix of pride and nervousness. His idea had given Earth a chance, but now the real work would begin. Over the next 48 hours, the planet was a flurry of activity. Scientists and engineers from all countries worked nonstop, sharing knowledge and resources like never before. Military leaders coordinated their forces, preparing for any possible attack. As the deadline approached, tension filled the air. Humans around the world held their breath, waiting to see what would happen next. High Commander Zax's face appeared on screens once again. "People of Earth, your time is up. What is your decision?" President Chen stepped forward, her face calm and determined. She looked directly at the alien leader and said, "High Commander, on behalf of Earth, I have a message for you and your galactic empire." The world waited, hearts pounding, for Earth's response to the ultimatum that would change their fate forever. The next few weeks were unlike anything Earth had ever seen. In secret underground labs and hidden mountain facilities, scientists and engineers worked around the clock. Their goal, to create a shield that could protect the entire planet. Dr. Yuki Tanaka led the main research team. She hadn't slept properly in days, but her eyes sparkled with excitement. "We're close to a breakthrough," she told Alex Rahman, who visited the lab often. "The energy field is stable in small tests. We just need to figure out how to scale it up." Meanwhile, military bases buzzed with activity. General Maria Lopez coordinated with armies worldwide, preparing for any possible attack. Soldiers trained harder than ever, learning to use new weapons designed to fight alien technology. In space, astronauts worked to set up satellites that would be part of the shield system. It was dangerous work, made more nerve-wracking by the constant presence of alien ships watching from a distance. Back on Earth, people tried to go about their daily lives, but fear and excitement filled the air. News channels talked about nothing but the alien ultimatum and Earth's mysterious response. Rumors spread about a secret weapon being built. Alex found himself in the middle of it all. The young diplomat who had suggested the bold plan now worked tirelessly to keep different countries working together. It wasn't easy. Old rivalries and mistrust threatened to surface, but the shared danger kept everyone focused on the common goal. One day, as Alex was leaving a tense meeting with European leaders, he bumped into Dr. Tanaka. She looked exhausted but happy. "We did it," she whispered, her voice hoarse from lack of sleep. "The shield works in large-scale tests. We're ready for a full planet trial." The news spread quickly among world leaders. President Chen called for an immediate test of the celestial shield. As the appointed time approached, people around the world held their breath. In the control room of the main research facility, Dr. Tanaka stood before a large red button. Leaders from around the world watched on screens. President Chen nodded, giving the signal. Dr. Tanaka pressed the button. For a moment, nothing happened. Then, a soft hum filled the air. Outside, the sky shimmered like a giant soap bubble. The shield was activating. Cheers erupted in the control room, but their celebration was cut short by an urgent message from Space Command. Multiple alien ships approaching Earth at high speed. A voice crackled over the speakers. General Lopes sprang into action. "This is it, people. The moment we've been preparing for. All defense systems on alert." The shield was still powering up as the alien ships entered Earth's atmosphere. Would it be ready in time? Hearts raced as everyone watched the approaching threat on the big screens. Just as the first alien ship was about to enter the lower atmosphere, the shield flared to life. A brilliant blue barrier spread across the sky, completely encasing the planet. The alien ship hit the shield and bounced off, as if it had struck an invisible wall. More ships followed, each failing to penetrate Earth's new defense. The shield held strong, its energy rippling with each impact. In the control room, a stunned silence fell. Then, slowly, realization dawned. It had worked. Earth was safe. Celebrations broke out worldwide. People poured into streets, hugging strangers and cheering. For the first time since the aliens arrived, Earth felt hope. But Alex Rahman didn't join the celebrations. He knew this was just the beginning. What will the Galactic Empire do next? He wondered aloud. President Chen overheard him. She put a hand on his shoulder. "Whatever they do, we'll be ready," she said firmly. "Thanks to you, and everyone who worked on this project, Earth has a fighting chance." As night fell, the shield shimmered softly in the sky, a constant reminder of humanity's achievement. But in the darkness of space, alien ships regrouped, planning their next move. The real test of Earth's defiance was yet to come. The world's leaders gathered once again in the United Nations building. This time, the mood was different. Confidence replaced fear, and determination shone in every face. It was time for Earth to make its stand. President Chen stood at the podium, facing not just her fellow leaders, but cameras that would broadcast her words across the planet and into space. Alex Rahman sat nearby, his heart racing with anticipation. "People of Earth, and those watching from beyond our world," President Chen began, her voice strong and clear. "Today, We declare our independence from any and all alien powers who seek to control us. She paused, letting her words sink in. We have created a shield that protects our entire planet. This shield is now active and will remain so. Therefore, we hereby declare Earth and its entire solar system a no-entry zone for all alien species. Gasps and murmurs filled the room. Even those who knew about the plan were surprised by the boldness of the declaration. President Chen continued, "To the Galactic Empire and any other civilizations out there, Earth is off-limits. We choose our own path. We will defend our freedom with all our strength. Any attempt to breach our defenses will be met with force." As she finished speaking, technicians activated a special transmitter. It sent the message out into space, broadcasting on all known alien frequencies. Earth's declaration would reach the farthest corners of the galaxy. For a moment, silence filled the room. Then, applause erupted. Leaders hugged each other, some with tears in their eyes. Humanity had taken a huge risk, but they had done it together. Outside, people watched the speech on giant screens in city squares. Cheers echoed around the world. For the first time since the aliens arrived, humans felt truly united. But not everyone celebrated. In military command centers, generals watched their screens anxiously. How would the aliens react? They didn't have to wait long for an answer. Just hours after Earth's declaration, alien ships appeared near the moon. They didn't approach Earth directly, but their message was clear. The Galactic Empire was not happy. A transmission came through on all channels. High Commander Zax's face appeared, his blue skin seeming darker with anger. "People of Earth," he growled, "your defiance is futile. No planet has ever successfully resisted the Galactic Empire. Your shield cannot protect you forever. Surrender now, or face the consequences." President Chen stepped up to respond. Her voice was calm but firm. "High Commander, we've made our decision. Earth is not for sale or conquest. We suggest you and your fleet leave our solar system immediately." Zax's eyes narrowed. "You will regret this, humans. The Empire's patience is not endless." With that, the transmission cut off. In the following days, tension filled the air. Alien ships prowled the edges of the solar system, but didn't attack. Earth waited, wondering what would happen next. During this time, Alex found himself busier than ever. Countries that had once been enemies now looked to work together. Alex traveled the world, helping to form new alliances and cooperation agreements. "We need to stay united," he told a group of Asian leaders in Singapore. "Our strength is in our diversity and our shared determination to remain free." As days turned into weeks, Earth began to change. Countries shared technology and resources like never before. New inventions appeared daily, as the brightest minds worked together to strengthen Earth's defenses. But the aliens weren't idle. Reports came in of Imperial ships attacking human colonies on distant planets. It was clear the Empire was trying to isolate Earth. One evening, as Alex watched the shimmering shield from his office window, President Chen joined him. "Do you think we did the right thing?" Alex asked, voicing the doubt that had been nagging at him. President Chen smiled. "Look out there," she said, pointing to the bustling city below. "People are living their lives, free and unafraid. Yes, we made the right choice. Whatever comes next, we'll face it together." As they stood there, a shooting star streaked across the sky, visible even through the shield. To Alex, it felt like a sign. Earth had declared its independence, and now the real test was about to begin. The peace didn't last long. 3 weeks after Earth's declaration, the Galactic Empire made its move. It started with a single ship. The massive vessel, easily the size of a small city, appeared at the edge of Earth's solar system. Then another came, and another. Soon, hundreds of Imperial warships filled the space around Earth's orbit. In the Global Defense Headquarters, alarms blared. General Maria Lopez rushed to the command center, her face grim. "This is it," she muttered. "The Empire is making its move." Screens lit up with images of the alien fleet. Officers called out reports as more ships arrived. Earth's leaders connected via emergency video call, their faces tense. "They're forming attack positions," General Lopes announced. "We should expect an assault any minute." President Chen's voice came through the speakers. "Activate all defense systems. This is not a drill. I repeat, this is not a drill." Around the world, military bases sprang into action. Soldiers manned advanced weapon systems, many of which had been developed in the weeks since the shield went up. In secret bunkers, scientists monitored the celestial shield, ready to reinforce any weak points. Alex Rahman stood in the UN observation room, watching the alien fleet on giant screens. Despite the danger, he felt a surge of pride. Earth was about to face its greatest test, and he had helped prepare them for this moment. Suddenly, the alien ships opened fire. Beams of energy, missiles, and weapons Earth had never seen before all struck the shield at once. The impact was tremendous. The sky lit up with flashes of light as the shield absorbed and deflected the attacks. For a heart-stopping moment, everyone held their breath. Would the shield hold? It did. The celestial shield glowed brightly but remained intact. A cheer went up in the command center. But the Empire wasn't done. Wave after wave of attacks hit the shield. Each time, the impacts got stronger. The shield started to flicker in places. "Shield integrity at 80% and dropping," a technician called out. Dr. Yuki Tanaka's voice came over the comm. "We're reinforcing the weak points, but we can't keep this up forever. We need to strike back." General Lopes nodded. "Agreed. All units prepare to return fire. Target the largest ships first." Earth's defenses came to life. Hidden bases on the moon launched missiles. Satellites that everyone thought were for communication revealed themselves as powerful laser platforms. And from Earth itself, new energy weapons fired beams that pierced through space. The Imperial fleet, so focused on breaking the shield, was caught off guard. Several large ships exploded as Earth's weapons found their marks. Smaller vessels scattered, trying to avoid the unexpected counterattack. In the observation room, Alex watched in awe. Earth's forces, which had seemed so small and primitive compared to the Empire, were holding their own. The weapons they had developed in secret were proving effective against the alien technology. Hours passed. The battle raged on. Earth's shield weakened but didn't break. More and more alien ships fell to the human counterattack. Finally, after what seemed like an eternity, the Imperial fleet began to retreat. Damaged ships limped away, while others provided cover. As the last alien ship disappeared from their sensors, a stunned silence fell over Earth's command centers. Then, slowly, realization dawned. They had won. Earth had successfully defended itself against the mighty Galactic Empire. Cheers erupted worldwide. People poured into streets, hugging and crying with joy. Earth had stood up to the greatest power in the galaxy and emerged victorious. In the UN building, world leaders congratulated each other. President Chen approached Alex, a tired but happy smile on her face. "We did it," she said. "Your plan worked. Earth is safe for now." Alex nodded, but he couldn't shake a feeling of unease. "This was just the first attack," he said. "The Empire won't give up so easily." President Chen's smile faded. "You're right," she agreed. "This isn't over, but we've shown the galaxy that humanity is not to be underestimated. Whatever comes next, we'll be ready." As celebrations continued around the world, Alex looked out at the star-filled sky. Earth had won its first battle against the Galactic Empire. But the war, he knew, was just beginning. News of Earth's victory spread across the galaxy like wildfire. On countless worlds, beings of all shapes and sizes huddled around communication devices, eager to hear the latest updates. On Zarnax Prime, a planet long under Imperial rule, blue-skinned aliens whispered in dark alleys. "Did you hear?" One said, eyes wide. a tiny planet called Earth defeated an entire Imperial fleet. Similar scenes played out across the Empire. Species that had lived in fear for centuries began to hope. If Earth could stand up to the Empire, maybe they could too. Back on Earth, Alex Raman found himself busier than ever. As one of the key figures behind Earth's defiance, he was now a diplomat to the stars. Alien races, secretly opposing the Empire, reached out to Earth for guidance and support. One day, as Alex prepared for a video call with representatives from a distant planet, an alarm blared through the UN building. He rushed to the command center, heart pounding. On the main screen, a small ship appeared. It was unlike any they had seen before, clearly not Imperial design. As they watched, a message came through. "People of Earth," a voice said, "we come in peace. We are the Resistance, fighting against the Galactic Empire's tyranny. Your bravery has inspired us. We seek an alliance." Earth's leaders gathered quickly to discuss this new development. Some were excited about potential allies, while others worried it might be a trick. President Chen turned to Alex. "Mr. Raman, what do you think? Can we trust them?" Alex thought carefully before answering. "We should be cautious, but this could be a great opportunity. If we can unite other species against the Empire, we'll have a better chance of staying free." After much debate, Earth decided to meet with the Resistance. Alex was chosen to lead the diplomatic team. As he boarded a specially designed spaceship, he couldn't help but feel a mix of excitement and nerves. This would be humanity's first peaceful contact with aliens. The meeting took place on a neutral space station. Alex found himself face to face with beings he had only imagined in his wildest dreams. There were tall, slender aliens with iridescent skin, short furry creatures with multiple eyes, and even beings that seemed to be made of living crystal. Despite their differences, Alex was surprised to find common ground with these aliens. They all shared a desire for freedom and a determination to stand up against oppression. As discussions progressed, more species joined. Earth became a symbol of hope, a shining example of what was possible when you stood up to the Empire. But not all the news was good. Reports came in of Imperial forces cracking down hard on worlds suspected of rebellious thoughts. The Empire was determined to make an example of anyone who might follow in Earth's footsteps. On one particularly tense day, Alex received an urgent message from home. The Empire had destroyed an entire planet, turning it into asteroid dust as punishment for talking about rebellion. The loss of life was staggering. Shaken, Alex addressed the gathered alien representatives. "We cannot let fear stop us," he said, his voice trembling slightly. "Earth stands ready to help any world that wants to be free. Together, we can end the Empire's tyranny." His words sparked a fire in the audience. Cheers and alien equivalents of applause filled the room. That day, the Galactic Resistance was officially formed, with Earth as a founding member. As weeks passed, more planets secretly joined the Resistance. Earth shared its shield technology, helping other worlds protect themselves. In return, aliens shared their knowledge, helping humanity advance in ways they never imagined. But the Empire wasn't sitting idle. They were gathering their forces, preparing for a massive assault. Earth and its new allies worked tirelessly to prepare their defenses. One evening, as Alex looked out at the unfamiliar stars from the space station, an alien friend joined him. The crystal being sparkled in the starlight. "Are you afraid?" the alien asked, its voice a melodic chime. Alex nodded. "Yes," he admitted, "but I'm also hopeful. Whatever happens, we're not alone anymore. We'll face it together." As they stood there, a streak of light passed by. An Imperial patrol ship. The next battle was coming. But this time, Earth wouldn't stand alone. The galaxy was changing, and the age of the Empire was coming to an end. The calm before the storm lasted only a few months. Then, without warning, the Galactic Empire launched its biggest attack yet. This time, they came not just for Earth, but for all worlds that had joined the Resistance. Alarms blared across Earth as thousands of Imperial ships appeared in the sky. The celestial shield glowed brightly, straining under the massive assault. In the Global Defense Headquarters, chaos reigned. General Maria Lopes barked orders as reports flooded in from around the world and beyond. Multiple planets under attack. An officer shouted, "The Empire is hitting everyone at once." President Chen's face appeared on the main screen, her expression grim but determined. "This is the moment we've prepared for," she said. "Activate all defenses and contact our allies. We stand together or fall together." Alex Raman rushed into the room, out of breath. He had just returned from a diplomatic mission when the attack began. "What's our status?" he asked. "Not good," General Lopes replied. "The shield is holding for now, but other planets aren't as lucky. We're getting distress calls from half a dozen worlds." Alex's mind raced. Earth's defenses were strong, but could they help their allies and protect themselves at the same time? He had to try. "We need to send aid to our allies," Alex suggested. "If we don't help them now, we'll be fighting alone again." President Chen nodded in agreement. "Do it," she ordered. "Send whatever ships we can spare." Earth's newly built starships, crewed by brave volunteers, launched into space. They carried advanced weapons and shield generators, racing to help besieged planets. The battle was fierce. Imperial ships swarmed around Earth, their weapons more powerful than ever. The celestial shield flickered dangerously in places, but Earth wasn't defenseless. New weapons, developed with alien help, sprang to life. Massive ion cannons fired from hidden bases on the moon, disabling entire squadrons of enemy ships. Swarms of small, agile fighters darted between the larger vessels, causing chaos in the Imperial formations. In space, human ships fought alongside alien allies. Crystalline ships that could phase through solid matter. Living ships that could heal themselves. Technology beyond humanity's wildest dreams, all united against the Empire. Hours turned into days. The battle raged on, not just around Earth, but across dozens of star systems. Both sides took heavy losses. On the fifth day, as exhaustion set in, something unexpected happened. A group of Imperial ships suddenly turned their weapons on their own fleet. "What's going on?" Alex asked, staring at the tactical display in disbelief. A transmission came through. The face on the screen was familiar. An Imperial captain they had negotiated with months ago. "People of Earth and the Resistance," the captain said, "we can no longer stand by while the Empire destroys world after world. We join your cause." Cheers erupted in command centers across Earth and beyond. The tide of battle was turning. With the defecting Imperial ships providing inside knowledge, the Resistance pressed its advantage. More and more Imperial crews, inspired by Earth's example, turned against their masters. By the 10th day, the once mighty Imperial fleet was in full retreat. Ships jumped into hyperspace, fleeing the combined might of Earth and its allies. As the last enemy ships disappeared from their sensors, a stunned silence fell over Earth. Then, slowly, realization dawned. They had won. Not just survived, but truly defeated the Empire's best shot. Celebrations broke out worldwide. In the streets, humans danced alongside visiting aliens. Earth had not only defended itself, but had led an alliance that shook the foundations of the Galactic Empire. In the quiet of the UN building, Alex stood with President Chen, watching the joyous scenes on screens. "We did it," Alex said, his voice filled with wonder. "We really did it." President Chen nodded, a tired smile on her face. "Yes, we did. But this isn't the end, Alex. The Empire still controls much of the galaxy. They'll be back, and we need to be ready." Alex straightened his shoulders, a new determination filling him. "Then we'll be ready," he said. "Earth and its allies. We've shown the galaxy what we can do. Whatever comes next, we'll face it together." As night fell, the stars seemed to shine brighter over Earth. The planet that was once a tiny, ignored speck in the galaxy had become a beacon of hope and resistance. The Empire had struck with all its might, and Earth had not only survived but thrived. A new era in galactic history had begun. 5 years had passed since Earth's decisive victory against the Galactic Empire. The planet that once stood alone now led a thriving alliance of free worlds. The galaxy had changed, and humanity had changed with it. On a clear day in New York, Alex Raman stood on the balcony of the newly built Galactic Council building. The sleek structure, a blend of human and alien architecture, towered over the city. Below, humans walked alongside beings from 100 different worlds. Alex smiled, remembering how far they had come. Earth was no longer just a tiny blue planet. It was the heart of a new galactic community. Inside the council chamber, representatives from across the galaxy gathered. Some looked human, others were as alien as one could imagine. Yet all shared a common purpose: to build a better future. President Chen, now serving as Earth's representative, called the meeting to order. "Friends, allies, we've come so far together," she began. "But our work is not done. The Empire still controls large parts of the galaxy. Many worlds still suffer under their rule." A holographic map appeared in the center of the room, showing the current state of the galaxy. Nearly half was colored in the deep red of Imperial control, but a growing area shone in the bright blue of the Alliance of Free Worlds. Alex stepped forward to speak. As head of galactic diplomacy, he had visited more alien worlds than any other human. "We must continue to reach out to occupied worlds," he said. "Show them that freedom is possible. That together, we are stronger than the Empire." The council debated long into the night. They discussed strategies for liberating more worlds, plans for sharing advanced technology, and ways to help planets recover from Imperial rule. As the meeting ended, an urgent message came through. An Imperial world had revolted, inspired by stories of Earth's defiance. They were calling for help. Without hesitation, the Council voted to send aid. Within hours, a fleet of ships from a dozen different species left to help the rebelling world. Earth's own ships led the way. This scene repeated across the galaxy. World after world rose up against the Empire, each one strengthening the alliance. The Empire fought back fiercely, but they were losing ground. One day, as Alex prepared for another diplomatic mission, he received shocking news. The Imperial capital world had fallen, not to an invasion, but to its own people. Inspired by the Alliance, they had overthrown their rulers. The news spread like wildfire. Across the galaxy, the last Imperial holdouts surrendered or joined the revolution. The Galactic Empire, which had stood for thousands of years, collapsed in a matter of weeks. As the dust settled, the Alliance faced new challenges. How would they govern such a vast area of space? How could they ensure freedom for all while maintaining peace? Once again, Earth led the way. Drawing on its long history of different governments and cultures working together, humanity helped shape a new galactic democracy. Every world would have a voice, but none would rule over the others. Years passed. The galaxy entered a new golden age. Trade flowed freely between worlds. Scientific discoveries were shared, leading to incredible advancements. The feared Imperial warships were turned into exploration vessels, seeking out new life and new civilizations. On the 10th anniversary of the Empire's fall, a grand celebration was held on Earth. Beings from across the galaxy came to honor the planet that had sparked a revolution. As fireworks lit up the sky, Alex stood with President Chen, watching the celebrations. "Did you ever imagine it would turn out like this?" President Chen asked, gesturing at the diverse crowd below. Alex shook his head, smiling. "Never in my wildest dreams," he admitted. "When we first declared Earth a no-entry zone, I was just hoping we'd survive." President Chen laughed. "And look at us now. Not just surviving, but thriving. Leading a galactic alliance." As they watched, a group of alien children ran by, playing with human kids. The sight filled Alex with hope for the future. "We've come so far," he said softly. "But our journey is just beginning. There's a whole universe out there, waiting to be explored." Above them, the stars twinkled brightly. Earth, once a tiny speck in a vast, uncaring galaxy, now stood as a beacon of freedom and hope. The planet that dared to say no to an empire had changed the course of galactic history forever, and its greatest adventures were still to come.